Right now, you're having an experience. You can see this screen, hear sounds around you, remember yesterday, imagine tomorrow, and perhaps, most importantly, you're aware that you're aware. This is what we call consciousness. But here's the strange question. Why are humans conscious? And why aren't cats, dogs, ants, or goldfish conscious in the same way? After all, humans are animals too. We are made of the same atoms. We evolved through the same process. So what happened? Did humans somehow cross a line that other animals didn't? Or are we asking the wrong question entirely? Because the truth is that scientists still don't fully understand consciousness, but they do have some fascinating clues. First, let's clear up a common misconception. Scientists do not believe humans are conscious and all other animals are unconscious. In fact, there is substantial evidence that many animals are conscious in some sense. Great apes recognize themselves in mirrors. Crows solve complex problems. Octopuses display remarkable intelligence. Dogs experience emotions. Cats appear capable of memory, learning, and social attachment. The real question isn't whether animals have consciousness. It's whether humans possess a unique form of consciousness that allows language, abstract thought, self-reflection, and the construction of complex cultures. That's a much harder question. One leading idea is that consciousness itself didn't suddenly appear in humans. Instead, evolution gradually expanded it. Think about it this way. A cat can experience pain, fear, pleasure, hunger. But can a cat sit awake at 2 a.m. wondering whether it's wasting its life? Probably not. Humans don't just experience the world. We think about our experiences. We analyze them. We tell stories about them. We imagine futures that don't exist. We remember distant pasts. And we constantly ask questions, including questions like, why am I conscious? Which is not something your cat appears particularly interested in. Many scientists believe language played a major role. Language allows humans to build detailed models of reality. It allows us to discuss things that aren't present, to imagine possibilities, to pass knowledge across generations, to think about ourselves. Some researchers argue that language helped create a richer form of self-awareness. Not consciousness itself, but a deeper version of it. A version capable of reflecting on its own thoughts. In other words, humans may not be the only conscious animals, but we might be the only animals that constantly narrate our own existence. Here's where things get interesting. The more scientists study animals, the more human consciousness seems to shrink. Chimpanzees use tools. Crows solve puzzles. Dolphins recognize themselves. Elephants appear to mourn their dead. Octopuses can solve complex problems despite having a nervous system radically different than ours. Every few years, another behavior that once seemed uniquely human shows up somewhere else in the animal kingdom, which has led many researchers to suspect that consciousness isn't an on and off switch. It may be more like a spectrum. Humans are on that spectrum. Cats are on it too, just in a different place. And this brings us to the deepest mystery. Nobody knows exactly how consciousness emerges from a brain. Scientists can identify regions involved in awareness. They can observe neural activity. They can study perception and memory. But no one has fully explained why electrical activity inside a brain produces a subjective experience at all. Why does anything feel like something? Why isn't the brain simply processing information in complete darkness? This remains one of the biggest unanswered questions in science. So, why are you conscious while your cat isn't? The most scientifically honest answer is, your cat probably is conscious, just not in the same way you are. The evidence suggests consciousness did not suddenly appear in humans. Instead, it likely evolved gradually over millions of years. What may be unique isn't consciousness itself, it's the extraordinary degree of self-reflection humans possess. We can think about thinking, imagine imaginary worlds, worry about the future, write philosophy, create religions, build civilizations, and spend 10 minutes watching a YouTube video asking why we are conscious in the first place, which might be the strangest thing evolution has ever produced. And perhaps the biggest mystery isn't why animals aren't conscious like us, it's why any of us are conscious at all.